Good morning, everyone. First, I would like to appreciate this moment that I'm being given to be able to come and present to you. I come from Home Health and Education Services. Now, Home Health and Education Services, it's an international organization that publishes books and that works with families in working in terms of encountering problems and how we can help each other on those issues. Now we deal with character building, spiritual enrichment, and we also touch on health. Health is wealth. Without health, you are poor. In fact, it is said that the richest man is poor without health. We might not be able to understand this because we are all fine maybe now, but wait until you encounter this in life. If maybe I can ask, have you ever had a family member that has a challenge in life? The body is not okay. Can we just talk about this? A family member that is struggling and cannot, the body is failing and you have to watch and you cannot help.
Yeah, I've got my mother-in-law who is suffering from heart problem and arthritis and a lot of things. She's not well.
Yes. A number of people. We have seen a number of people who suffer from different kinds of sicknesses and the body is failing and you cannot be able to do anything about it. Now, Home Health and Education Services is proud to present to you one of our new volumes, Healthy Body, a practical guide to body care. It is a volume that has been laid out for us to help us be able to take care of our body organs. Now, the general plan of the whole book here, it has the whole body, breaking it down, beginning from the head to the bottom, whereby you have the scalp, the brain, the eyes, and everything. That's the index here where you can be able to look at which body part you want. Now, if maybe we can begin by looking at the scalp. This is the scalp. It presents to you even the cross-section of the whole book, of the part of the body that is talking about. You are able to see exactly. Now, I like this because it helps one as a parent to find that you have children and maybe one of your child gets an injury on the head. Now, you have to go to the doctor for help. The doctor talks to you and you don't understand what exactly the doctor is talking about. But when you get back home, you can take your book and be able to look how deep the cut is. What really do they say is happening to your child? You are able to consult with meaning and be able to understand and relate to the doctor as exactly what is it that is happening. Besides that, the book talks about the scalp, the importance of the scalp. It then presents to us how can we protect the scalp. Because you find that the scalp, that's where we have our hair. How do we take care of our hair? Now, the females lately, we have seen that females temper a lot with their scalp. If you would notice and look around, a lot of things are happening with women when it comes to their scalp. You find that people, during the night, you cannot even take out whatever he has on hair because the scalp is being damaged. Now, how do you take care of that? This book can be able to help you do that. Then it continues, it goes to the brain. The brain, the most complex part in the universe, that is the brain. The book here explains to you, it has the chapter contents here, which talks about the basic needs of the brain. You are able to understand more. How can you protect your brain? How can you help your brain to be able to to work well. Healthy habits of a brain, because you find that there are habits that we have, that we do, that you find that they affect our brain, but we do not know the basic needs of the brain. What is it that you can do or eat in order to help your brain perform better? Physical protection. Sometimes you find that you need to protect the brain. The chemical protection, things that we consume, things like the Coca-Cola, beverages that we take. You find that the most beverages that we like, they are not good for our bodies, but those are the things that we like. And in the process, they affect the brain somehow. So you need to know how can you protect your brain chemically. And then how to improve your memory. How to improve your memory. This is where when you read here, you'll find that the importance of resting, getting enough rest. When you sleep, you are able to rest the mind, and then your memory is being improved that way. So if you overwork yourself, then you sometimes can then develop to have challenges. You'll also discover that the importance of exercise. When you exercise, that's where you find that there's an intake of oxygen, and then you are able to have your brain at a very clear level. It continues, and then whatever body part that you are interested in and you want to read more about it, the eye. What follows is the eye. And in each part, it shows the cross-section of that body part, of which I like even your children at home can be able to make use of this and research maybe for academical purposes. There's a cross-section of the eye, then you can read and understand. It shows how you can protect your eyes. When is that needed that you can do. These days you have the sun that is very scorching, and then we go out there and walk around without protecting our eyes. And we find that with time, then our eyes are being damaged. So know when to do that. Now, if you go to page 296, towards the end, there is the liver, or the kidney, and the blood. Now, we all know that the kidney is one of the most important parts of the body, as it works in eliminating all toxins in our bodies. It works together with the liver somehow. So here we are able to read and understand the importance of the liver. And then how can you prevent sicknesses that come with the liver, like kidney failures and all that. So you are able to read that and be able to understand how can you prevent those diseases. And then caring for your kidneys, drinking water. When is it important to drink water? How and what can you do to be able to have a good kidneys which can be able to support you throughout? And what I like most, it also has some portions whereby if there's a sickness that is already there are places where it recommends when do you have to go and see the doctor. Because having this book, I said before, it helps you to be able to consult better, be able to have a good conversation with the doctor, understanding exactly what is happening. Unlike you find that doctors, they just write, you just have to collect the medication. You don't know exactly what is it that you can also do in taking care of your body. Now, this is a doctor in the house. Imagine having a doctor in the house for 24/7 at only 800 rands and be able to take care of your family and your children, consulting and be able to know how to prevent diseases. Healthy Body, a practical guide in body care. I'm not sure if there are any questions or... Pardon? Oh, by the way, thanks. Thank you very much.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Angelo Titus, and I'm going to introduce to you a practical guide on health. The two people in front here are Mrs. Anakoka and Brother Juma. They're going to do the illustration or the presentation. Now, our attitude towards this wonderful body can be illustrated by the story told by an ophthalmologist. A young man came into his office with red eyes, and he obviously considered this as a very important health problem. And the doctor said to him, "Well, what's the problem?" He says, "Every time I smoke marijuana, I get these red eyes." And the doctor told him, "Well, then, stop smoking marijuana." He looked at the doctor and said, "Anything but this." Turned around, and he went out of the doctor's office. Now that may sound strange, but that's the attitude of thousands of people when it comes to the care of our bodies. I think you will agree with me that most of us want clear lungs, free from cancer. We want healthy, strong bodies, free from any disease. And yet, most of us would not even think about practical ways that we can achieve those. Now, the book, Healthy Body, is, as you will see in the illustration or the demonstration, a compilation of all the different parts of the body. Now, we are made up of different parts, right? But all the parts are connected. We are not just eyes, but the eyes are dependent on the head to keep it in place. We have a nose, we have a lung, or lungs rather, we have a heart, we have feet, and all these parts work together in concert. So we are a beautiful whole being. And when we have pain in the eyes, it's normally an indication of something that has gone wrong in our body. What do? We normally go to the doctor. Isn't that right? When it persists, we go to the doctor, and what does the doctor do? Generally, the doctor would give us a prescription. And with that prescription, you go home and you look at it, because already your heart is beating, because you know you have to go to the pharmacy now. And the medicines at the pharmacy are usually sky high. So what we have put together in this book is a very systematic explanation of how you can take care of all the different parts of the body, because each of them have specific needs in terms of the food that we eat and how the care of each of the different parts can be done in a simple, practical way. The book has colorful illustrations of each of the different parts of the body. Colorful so that even young children can learn from the illustrations. The most important aspect of this book is that when you have it in your home, you not only have a book, but you have a collection of specialists.
Come in.
Thank you, ma'am. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you. How are you, sir?
I'm fine. You look very smart, my sister.
Thank you.
My name is Juma from Home Health Education Services.
Home?
Home Health Education Services.
Okay.
Have you heard that company before?
No,
Oh, okay.
I'm hearing
glad-
it for the first time.
I'm glad that today you hear about Home Health Education Service. Actual Home Health Education Service, it is an international organization. And then our service is about health and wellness. So in health, what we do, we focus in 4 areas. We cover physical healthy, emotional healthy, social healthy, even spiritual health as well.
Okay.
And in physical health, actually, we are working together with the WHO. Have you ever heard about an organization called WHO?
WHO?
Yes.
No.
All right.
You know, I
WHO
live in the village here, and some of these things, maybe our kids know them.
Oh, okay. Today you're going to know. Actual WHO is organization which it's a World Health Organization which deal with health, and South Africa is the member of it as well.
Okay.
So it's good to know such thing. We also operating under UN, United Nations. Now, with those 2 organizations, the research has been done in the physical healthy. What is the causing of the diseases? Because as you see today, people are really struggling with the diseases, especially the lifestyle diseases. So when they make a research, they find 3 reasons. The first reason is about diet. Most of the people today are struggling with the lifestyle disease, even other diseases which are caused by diet. So we need to know what is the best food to eat and what is not the best food to eat. So Home Health Education Service, we are there to empower you with the knowledge of your health. So the second reason also for the increasing of the disease, it is the doctors. Do you know that some of the doctors today are also causing of the increasing of the disease?
I think so.
All right. Because some doctors when people go to see them that they're sick, what they do, they deal with the symptoms. And then few of them who do a further checkup to find what is causing the headache. Let me ask a question. When you go to the headache to the doctors, what will doctor give to you?
They give us Panadol.
Panadol is very good, actual painkillers. When you come to your brain, it is a network of your body because your brain control all the movement in your body.
Okay.
So normal, if you have any problem in your body, it report by a headache because just a symptom. So few doctors will do further checkup. What is causing the headache? So us as a Home Health Education Service, we also empower with the knowledge, how can you prevent such diseases so that you won't gonna be able to see doctors most of the times. Also, the third reasons, it is the medication. Some of the medicines today, they are also causing disease because they've got a bad side effects. Like, for example, the medicine of obesity, they end up causing stroke because they narrow the arteries. The medicine of diabetic, some of them, they end up damage your liver, for cancer, even the kidney as well, and other medicines. Therefore, us as Home Health Education Service, we are here to empower you with the knowledge of your health. How can you assist yourself when you've got disease just by using foods only? So I've got this manual which is called A Healthy Body. Today, everyone wants to be healthy. I'm sure even you, ma'am, as well, you want to be healthy as well.
Of course, I want to be
Thank you
healthy.
very much. So this manual is called Healthy Body. It's about a practical guide to a body care. The writer of this manual, his name is Dr. Deepan Prana. He is a man who is very, very educated when it comes to health. So him and his team compile this manual. We also have other manuals as well when it comes to physical health. So this manual, the first thing, it tell you how can you take care of your body to prevent diseases, even to assist yourself as well in different kind of problems when you come to your health. And then, as you know that most of the people, they want to be healthy, as I asked you, isn't it?
Yes, yes.
But let me tell you, you cannot becoming healthy if you don't know your body.
All right.
So you need to know your body and how does your body function. So this
You
manual
mean this book will help me to know my body?
definitely is going
Okay.
to help you. And as
That's
you can
good
see
to
what
hear.
happened in this manual, it name all the types of the organs in your body.
All right.
So that you'll be able to take care of your body. Another thing, you cannot take care of your body if you don't know the basic ways. Most of people, they exercise, they think this is the only final way of being healthy, but they're neglecting about their diet. Because what you are eating, it is the first thing which it can cause the disease, prevent, even to assist yourself. Now, when you come to the index, this manual you've got, it has a lot of chapters here. Actually, you've got 23 chapters. How can you take care of your brain? How can you take care of your ear? How can you take care of your face? How can you take care of your neck? How can you take care of your breast? As you know, these days, the breast cancer is really increasing. So you need to know how can you take care of your breast. How can you take care of your belly, your liver, when it comes to your kidneys, even to our genders as well. Now, I would like to just go to the chapter which talks about the heart, because heart, it is the engine of your body.
Okay.
Yes, which is page 240. But before we go to the part, I would like to touch a bit about your brain, because it's very good for us to know about our brain. Actually, the brain is like a network in your body. Your brain is divided into the different parts. There's a part front, it's called a front lobe. This part is the part which you make a decisions. For you to welcome me today, to listen to my presentation, you make it from this part.
All
So
right.
there are cells in this part which you have to take care of them as well. In the center is about the movement of your body. When you have a stroke, whether it's the left hand or the right hand side, it attacks at the center. Therefore, you'll end up having a stroke. And also at the back is about the memorizing the things that you heard it. Also, when you come to this part, they tell you different kind of the foods which are good for your brain, because the brain, it needs a lot of calciums. So they name all the type of the food. Then you can count
Wait,
all.
wait, Mr. Juma. I've got a spinal problem.
You've got a spinal problem.
Does your book have anything to do with a spinal problem?
Yes, yes.
Okay.
It has the back problem. And then you can just have a look here at the index so that you'll be able to use this manual in the very simple way. Can you try to check where do you find the back? Is page
254.
250. Wow, it's very
Okay.
good. Now you know how to use this manual. So you just come page 254. They tell you how can you take care of your back. So this is the chapter, talk about the back, and as you can see, they put in a very good picture that you've got a different illustration that it can show you about the network of your back, and they name each and every part. So that you'll be able to know your back just like the way you know your cell phone. Now here they tell you how can you take care of the back. That is the first thing. If you were taking care of your back before, you're not going to struggle the problems. So now here they tell you, as you can see, the shoes which they've got high heels are not good for your back.
Okay.
Because when you dress them, you don't stand straight. Even when you walk, especially walk a long distance, they damage your spinal cord. So they tell you that a flat shoes are the best for your back. Also, when you come, there are some kind of different activities, like when you brush your teeth, which is the right way to stand and which is the wrong way to stand. As you can see here, when you bend your back, it's not a
Okay.
good way. You see, when you sit on the chair, even the other part as well, the other activity, they give you a natural treatment for your back. How can you use a water or you can use a clay. Even they show you a very simple exercise of your back that you can
Alright.
sleep straight and lift your legs. But this is what I can show you. I would like also to just show you another part quickly, which is the part of the heart, which is page 240. Out of this short presentation, my sister, you will benefit a lot. So this is a chapter about your heart. You know, the heart is like the engine of your body. So what I love about this manual, it names all the part of your heart, so that you'll be able to know your heart very well. It really gives you a knowledge. It gives facts and figures about your heart in a day, in a week, in a month, in a year, how many times your heart is beating. They even give you the background about the heart. Normally, the heart starts working when the child is 3 months in a mother's tummy. That's why some doctors, they don't do abortion when a child is 3 months. But some they do anyway, because all they want is money. Now, the next page, they tell you how can you take care of your back. For us to take care of our body is very good, because we'll prevent so many diseases. Remember, prevention is better than cure. So they tell you gaining weight is not good for your heart. They tell you about exercise. The exercise which they recommend here is outside exercise, which you get enough oxygen. And then they tell you about a coffee. How does a coffee it affect your heart? Now the coffee it increase blood pressure slightly. The coffee it also increase cholesterol level. So this is the manual for you. Thank you very much. Okay, yesterday we were presenting a healthy body. Then we did, but we stopped because of the time. Okay, personal, I would like to just identify a little bit, can I say mistake? I give too much introduction, it was too long. It was too long, the background of the company, the background of the writer, even the service that we do, you see. That is a little bit challenge that we just have yesterday. But I thank God that I identified the mistake. So we'd like to hear the questions or the comment from there.
Can I say something? What I also expected from my literature, my visitor, who was the literature evangelist, was after I had identified the problem that I had from his book, I expected him to maybe ask any other questions concerning any other challenge that I have. And perhaps, because I'm speaking from a literature evangelist point of view, I was going to expect him to close. And sometimes we come across literature clients who, after they have identified what problems they have, they can still refer you to a neighbor who has a similar problem. So if we had time, I was going to take my literature evangelist to my neighbor who has a similar challenge.
Thank you so much, friends. There's one thing I wanted to point out. I don't know whether others picked this up yesterday. Something was mentioned in passing about doctors. I don't know your view, but my view is that let's not go head-on confrontation with doctors. Yes, doctors are not perfect. It's true that some of the things that they are bringing out are not necessarily in line, but it would be advisable for you not to downplay any character or doctors in particular. I don't know if they get where I'm coming from. Because in a sense, that could put you in hot water. So it's safer that we focus on the context of our books and how they help the client.
Can I say something of that? I touched that issue to create the need of the book. For example, I say that what we do, we empower people with the knowledge of their health. How can they take care of themselves by preventing, reversing, even treat diseases. And also mention 3 ways of the causing of the diseases. And attach way number 2, I say it's in the doctors. Because some of the doctors, I don't say all the doctors, some of the doctors are causing of the disease because they deal with symptoms, not with the causing of the diseases. And I say that it is few doctors who do further checkup. If you've got a headache, what is causing the headache? You understand? So that is what, that's why I touched that, just to create a need. And I say that this manual, it will help you to prevent such problems. Even you won't be able to see the doctors most of the time. Thank you.
Healthy Body, a practical guide to body care.
This work shows us the extraordinary worth of the human body, explaining the function of each part and organ, and offering valuable advice for keeping it healthy and in shape based on the most up-to-date research. This is a compendium of preventative medicine, written for those who wish to take care of their bodies. a veritable maintenance manual for the most complex and efficient machine of all.
Once again, Dr. Pamplona Roger, physician and surgeon and renowned author of a variety of books and encyclopedias, shares his broad experience as an educator and communicator through this more than 330-page volume, which is filled with educational and instructional explanations and advice.
The book begins with an introduction about body and health, where the different levels of the body's organization are explained, along with how they affect clothing and footwear choices, appropriate levels of hygiene, and how to prevent sexual abuse and other attacks on the body.
Next, an entire chapter is dedicated to each part of the body, beginning with the head, from the scalp and the brain to the lower limbs and feet, including all the sensory organs, the main organs of the trunk and abdomen, and the male and female genitalia.
The author communicates the information in a simple, appealing manner for the reader, turning what would typically be difficult to explain and understand into something enjoyable. For this purpose, each chapter has a common structure that makes concepts quicker and easier to understand, and guiding us step by step in the care and treatment needed by each part of the body.
Each chapter begins with an overview of the most significant characteristics of the body part described, along with a table of facts and figures about its particular qualities.
Next, the anatomy and physiology are illustrated by superb, highly detailed graphics that help us identify all the parts of each organ or system, along with a list of the chapter contents, identifying the topics described in the chapter.
Then, several sections explain the specific caring for that body part, as well as the natural treatments for prevention of the most common disorders and diseases. Guidelines are also provided for detecting the symptoms that something is not right in our bodies, and also when do we have reasons to see a doctor.
Lastly, the foods that promote the health of the body part are listed, along with a description of their elements and the foods that contain them, as well as numerous beauty tips and practical applications for their care in everyday life.
As we can appreciate, this presentation of the knowledge and information as applied to each and every part of the human body make this book an invaluable learning tool and timeless reference.
Healthy Body shows us the immense worth of the human body as creation's masterpiece, and encourages us to care for it and respect it, because a human being does not just have a body, but instead is a body.